All right, welcome back. We're in the Roaming Buffalo food truck. These guys have been hitting the streets for about a year now. We're with Chris, right? Chris, about a year?
Yep, about a year. We actually started on July 3rd. That's when the truck came up from Miami, Florida.
All right, so you're doing great. And these guys have been up literally for the last 3 days. They were at the Taste of Buffalo. You still have the ticket chart out there, right?
Yeah, it was a very, very long weekend. We took the day off yesterday, pretty much spent it in a coma.
I bet, right?
Yeah.
Busy day.
Yeah, very busy.
One of the big items on the menu out there for the Taste of Buffalo and for any day that this truck is open is their veggie burger, right?
Yeah, Veggie Bliss Burger. It's actually was voted by Western New York for Blue Cross Blue Shield as the healthiest food truck option and tastiest food truck option for 2012. So what we have here is the Costanzo's Rolls, which is a local bakery. We had some beautiful red leaf lettuce that I got from Arden Farms in East Aurora. You got your portobello mushrooms, provolone cheese, your tomatoes, red onion, and this stuff is great. I use it in a lot of my sauces. Basil, you can pick this up at Wegmans. It makes a great basil aioli.
So we're making an aioli. Now, the difference between an aioli and a mayonnaise, is there much of a difference?
Not really. Really what it is, it's a flavored mayonnaise. You can make garlic, you can make whatever kind of things you do. It's just a fancy word for mayonnaise. And
you were telling me that a good type of mushroom to use for this burger is the portobello, right?
The portobello is actually the meat product of the vegetable family.
Right.
Actually, it's great. It soaks up a lot of flavor. It's nice and juicy, meaty. It's a great vegetable use for these type of burgers.
And it's funny, I mean, if you look at the ingredients here, you can tell just why that this burger was voted a healthy burger. It's also a filling one, I bet, though, too.
It is. It's actually very filling. One of the guys that actually ate it was Andrew Peters from a former Buffalo Sabre.
Oh, yeah.
And he could not tell that this was not meat, and he said it was a very filling burger, and it was great for him.
That's the trick to a good veggie burger.
Yes.
You want to trick people into thinking it's meat.
You definitely do.
And it must be good because it's coming out of a food truck, and we've seen the food trucks around here, guys. You know that a lot of the stuff that they serve is heavy and rich. This is going to be good for you and fill you up. So we're going to get started on this recipe coming up. Right now, we're going to send it back into the Wing It studio. What's up, guys? And welcome back. We are in the Roaming Buffalo food truck this morning making the Veggie Bliss, a very hot item on their menu. That's part of the ingredients. We're with Chris, and there's Valerie in the back. Hey, Val. These guys are really exhausted because they were at the Taste of Buffalo all weekend. You said, what, you're in a coma yesterday?
Yeah, pretty much in a coma yesterday. We just laid around the house, did absolutely nothing.
You got to do what you got to do, you know?
Yeah, I got to say hi to my two sons, Christopher and Camden.
Now, do they help out from time to time, or they're not old enough yet?
Christopher is 4 years old. He helps on the truck all the time. Okay. He comes up here and he'll wipe stuff down. He's a very good kid.
That's good to have, and it's a family affair here with the Roaming Buffalo. Okay, let's go over the Veggie Bliss ingredients right now. What do we got here?
Right here we have the portobello mushrooms. We got that beautiful green leaf lettuce from Arden Farms in East Aurora. A red onion, some roasted red peppers, and your big tomato here. One thing about portobello mushrooms, they get a little dirty, so what you want to do is just take a damp paper towel and just gently wipe them off. Don't ever rub them underneath water, and you take the stem off here. Now, some people, the one thing, the big debate is the gills. The gills trap a lot of moisture, so when you have a burger like this, it gets a little soggy. I like keeping it on because my burgers don't sit underneath the heat lamp for that long, and it's nice and fresh. These have a lot of flavor in them, but you can cut them off if you want. Just take a nice slice to them. Yeah, kind of shave them down. What I do here is I'll take my nice Costanza rolls that we pick up fresh every day.
All local. A lot of the stuff's local.
Yeah,
too,
everything's.
Right?
I try to use as much local business as I possibly can. Some of the stuff, you know, I really have to get out from out of state.
Sure.
But a lot of stuff is local. We use Lake Effect ice cream on the truck. My cheese I get from Buffalo Cheese Trader, from Michelle, awesome lady. We do a lot of local business, Salins, Millers, Webbers. A lot of those guys are all local companies, and they're great people.
And all their stuff tastes great, so this is going to be a good one here. Now, so you're dropping the Costanza roll on the grill.
We want to get that nice and toasted up so it holds the portobello mushroom. We'll take the mushroom. We got a little bit of butter. Yep. This is
liquid butter?
This is liquid butter, but it's a liquid alternative butter, so it's got zero trans fat in it. We gotta try to keep it a little nice and healthy still.
Yeah, and you guys were telling me that the Veggie Bliss burger is distinguished for something. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yes, it was voted by Blue Cross and Blue Shield as the tastiest and healthiest food option for 2012 for the food trucks. It's under 500 calories. It's very low in sodium. We use a low-fat provolone cheese. We use a low-fat mayonnaise for the aioli. Everything is nice and fresh, and that's what you really want. You want to use fresh stuff. The food trucks are known for fresh food. We're only allowed to carry like 3-day supplies. It's pretty much all I can carry on the truck. So I'm going to the store constantly, going to the farmers markets.
Replenishing over
over and over again. Every day we go through stuff. Nothing sits on the truck. It's all fresh fresh food. Nothing's frozen. Nothing's frozen. No.
And this is a hearty sandwich too, even though it's a healthy one. It definitely will fill you up. You actually served it to a former hockey player here, right?
Yeah, Andrew Peters is a fan favorite of this. He said he told me right before the contest began that he's very into burgers, and he could not tell this was not meat. He actually thought it was a meat sandwich.
And that's the trick to a good veggie
That's
burger.
exactly the whole idea, because the portobello mushroom, it picks up all those flavors and it soaks it right in. So what you want to do here on the grill, just give it a nice sear on one side. As you see it already, it's already nice. And this is exactly what the color you want to do. You don't just want to cook it through a little bit. Okay. Put that back on there. We'll come back over here.
Okay.
We'll get our vegetables ready. You know, you want to core your tomato.
Yep, core your tomato. Now you do have some, you got some pepper and some red onions. That gives it a little sweetness, right?
Right. You got the roasted red peppers. We hand roast these, and then we put them in some good olive oil. Throw that on the grill.
Just throw them on the grill like that. You can do this at home as well. It's a pretty simple recipe.
So easy. The basil aioli is very easy. You get that basil tube from Wegmans. You go down there, add it to like 2 cups of mayonnaise, give it a little stir, a little squeeze of lemon juice, and you're all set.
And Chris was saying, basically, if you don't know what an aioli is, it's basically like a seasoned mayonnaise, and we're using basil today for that, right?
We're using the basil. I do have a garlic on the truck, and we also have a chipotle, which is one of my favorites. We use a chipotle on a lot of our burgers and stuff. So
sounds great. Okay, we got about a minute. We do have some sizzling happening here on the grill.
So what you do here, right here, mushrooms done. Take the roasted red peppers, put them right on top there. You take your provolone cheese.
Building a burger here. This is great.
There you go.
Cover that up. Let that cheese melt.
You take your one here.
All right.
And we build the burger.
This
a little
great.
Teaspoon of that basil aioli we were talking about.
Oh yeah.
Take some of that beautiful green leaf or red leaf lettuce from Arden Farms there.
Sounds good. Now I got to ask, how many of these do you think you made at the Taste this weekend or this past weekend? Valerie's in the back laughing over there.
we had so much sold. That and the What Burger. The What Burger is our signature, one of our signature burgers. It's peanut butter, bacon jam, and one of our homemade burgers.
Peanut butter, bacon jam. All right, we are running out of time here, but when we get back, we're going to show you the finished product. Actually, we can pull it out right now.
Here's the finished product.
That's what it looks like. Looks like a burger to me, folks. I'm going to try it out and let you know for sure, because that's what I have to do. I must do this. When we come back, though, we're going to make a delicious second helping, so stay with us. And welcome back. We're in the roaming Buffalo food truck here with Chris and Val. Hey, Val, she's been in the background. They're both very tired. They've been recovering from a long weekend at the Taste of Buffalo, of course, but they're kind enough to come here today and cook a delicious veggie burger, the Bliss Burger, right?
The Veggie Bliss Burger, yes.
Now, you wouldn't know it by what we made today, but you guys cook a lot of local favorites as well. I mean, we're actually making a real burger right now.
Yeah, we do fried bologna, beef on whack, chicken wings, Salen's hot dogs, anything that's Buffalo, we do. So we do chicken wing soup. Anything, we try to keep it all local Buffalo stuff. The whole plan is to actually move these trucks down south and bring the food to the ex-Buffalo people that moved out of the city down south.
Want to bring a taste of Buffalo, you could say, down south. Now, we're taking the remainder of the veggie burger. You got some mushrooms. You just, the portobello you chopped up with the onions as well?
Yeah, that's correct. We just take some of that portobello cap, chopped it up a little bit with saute. We usually have drunken onions on the truck, which are onions that we saute on the flat top, and then we soak them in a jacuzzi of beer all day long, and they're just deliciously drunk.
Sounds like my Saturday, but with onions. All right. Now, what are we doing here? We're just going to cover that up a little?
We're going to cover that up, let it melt a little bit. What we do over here, we have the Costanza's roll. Now we have a garlic aioli on the bottom of this roll here instead of the basil aioli. The garlic is a lot better for this kind of burger. It's actually really delicious.
Red meat now.
So it's actually made by one of my buddies, invented this burger, the Dizzle Burger.
The Dizzle Burger, they call this. Wow. That looks distastic.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so let's put them all up. Let's line them up here. Now, you guys must have served hundreds of these over the weekend, right?
Yeah, we served, I would say, at least about 400 of the Veggie Bliss burgers. We did probably about 1,200 of the What burgers, and probably about 1,500 of our sliders.
What?
What? What? That's exactly when you bite into that burger. Exactly. That's exactly the name. Is what? You're like, what is this?
Because it has bacon and.
It has bacon jam and it has peanut butter on it. A lot of people were scared, but we talked them into trying it, and as soon as they tried it, they all loved it.
It's PB and J with bacon and a burger. All right, you can check these guys out on Facebook. Give me that address real quick.
Yeah, Facebook is www.facebook.com/The Roaming Buffalo, and we're also on Twitter @RoamingBuffalo1.
All right, follow them to know where they're going to be, because you're definitely going to want to sink your teeth into some of this stuff. Back to you guys.